When I first mentioned to my husband, Daniel, that my old college friend Laura was hosting a small gathering, he didn't look particularly eager. Daniel was never the type to enjoy parties. He leaned toward quiet nights at home, good books and movies, anything calmer than loud music and socializing. But I reassured him, insisting it would just be an easy evening with familiar faces, a few drinks, and maybe a bit of dancing. What I failed to share was what kind of event it truly was. 2 weeks earlier, Laura had called me, practically glowing through the phone. "It's going to be fun, but not the usual kind," she teased. When she explained that it was a themed party, one meant to let couples test boundaries and explore different forms of connection, I paused. It wasn't exactly a standard get-together. In reality, it dipped into the realm of flirtation and experimental curiosity. It wasn't about trading partners, but it was definitely something Daniel would find unsettling. Still, curiosity tugged at me. I told Laura I'd attend, leaving out the specifics when talking to Daniel. Maybe some part of me wanted to see how he'd react, to shake up our comfortable, predictable marriage. After 8 years together, routine had smoothed away some of the spark between us. I thought maybe this could ignite something again. The evening arrived. Daniel looked striking in a sharp white button-down and black slacks. He had no clue what was waiting for him. During the drive, he asked, "So, who's going to be there?" I casually replied, "Just Laura and a few old college friends. You'll like them." He gave a small smile and nodded. But the very second we stepped into Laura's home, everything changed. The dim lighting, the scent of incense drifting through the air, and the slow, sensual music made the theme perfectly clear. This wasn't a regular party. The living room glowed softly, filled with couples leaning close to one another, laughter blending with hushed tones. Women wore elegant, revealing dresses. The men looked relaxed and confident. A table held wine, fruit, and candles shimmering against crystal. Daniel stopped short beside me. "What kind of party is this?" he murmured, brows drawing together. Before I could form an answer, Laura appeared and wrapped us both in a warm hug. "I'm so glad you made it," she said, eyes sparkling. She glanced at Daniel and added playfully, "Hope you're feeling open-minded tonight." Daniel shot me a sharp look. "Open-minded about what?" I slipped my hand around his arm, trying to sound steady. "It's just a themed party. People are exploring connections. Nothing too serious." His jaw tightened. "Exploring connections," he repeated, the tension between us growing heavier by the second. I didn't want to cause a scene. "Daniel, just relax," I whispered. "Let's get a drink, talk to people. You might actually like it." We walked around for a while. Well, I tried to. Daniel remained near the wall, watching everything with stiff shoulders. His discomfort radiated. A man I remembered from college, Aaron, struck up a conversation with me. He was charming, easy to talk to, and when he brushed my arm during a laugh, a mix of guilt and a strange thrill passed through me. From across the room, Daniel's gaze locked on mine. He didn't speak, but his expression cut clean through the noise. I excused myself and went back to him. "You're upset," I murmured. He took a slow sip of his drink, avoiding my eyes. "No, I'm just wondering why my wife brought me somewhere people can't seem to keep their hands to themselves." "Daniel, it's not." He stepped in, voice low and firm. "You knew what this was. You just didn't bother to tell me." Couldn't argue. I thought it might be something new, something exciting. We've been distant lately, and I wanted us to reconnect. He stared at me, disbelief creasing his features. By dropping me into something like this without asking, the space between us felt thick and heavy. Laughter echoed around us, glasses clinked, music thrummed. But we were standing in our own private storm. Then Laura reappeared, blissfully unaware. "Why don't we all play a game?" she said, clapping lightly. "Just harmless fun. Truth or dare. My special version." Daniel set his drink down with a sharp clink. "No thanks." "Oh, come on," Laura said brightly. "You might surprise yourself." Daniel gave her a tight, almost smile. "I've had plenty of surprises already tonight." He turned to me. "I'm leaving. Stay if you want." His words struck me like a blow. "Daniel, wait." But he didn't. He walked out, step steady, back rigid. I stood still for a moment, burned by embarrassment and regret. The party's warmth suddenly felt cold. I hurried after him into the cool night. He was standing by the car, hands resting on the roof, breathing slowly. "Daniel, I'm sorry," I said, voice shaking. "I shouldn't have hidden the truth. I just wanted us to break out of the rut. I never meant to hurt you." He finally looked at me, eyes softer but still wounded. "You could have just told me," he said quietly. "You didn't need to trick me into feeling out of place." I lowered my gaze. "I thought you'd refuse." "Maybe I would have," he admitted. "But at least I'd have had the choice." Silence wrapped around us, heavy, but honest. For the first time in a long while, we weren't pretending everything was fine. We drove home without speaking, the kind of silence that forces you to revisit every choice you've made. Later that night, sitting together under the dim lamp in our living room, Daniel reached for my hand. "Next time," he said softly, "just tell me the truth." Even if you think I won't like it. I nodded, feeling tears sting. I promise. We didn't speak much after that, but his hand stayed in mine. Sometimes the most revealing party isn't the one full of strangers. It's the one that makes you confront exactly what's been missing between you all along.